I was researching schools, a lot of the information that I got was just through word of mouth, what I heard my peers talking about for their college applications. A piece of advice that like I heard regularly to have safety schools, which are the schools that um, you have a good chance of getting into, and then there's I forgot what the middle one is called, but basically those are the ones that it's going to be like challenging to get into, but you still have like decent odds of getting into. Um, and then reach schools are the ones that usually have like lower acceptance rates, have higher like require um, more in terms of like test grades or other aspects. And those are the ones that you just apply to because um, it's like a dream school or it's somewhere you really want to go, even if it's like really difficult, you should still have those schools. So I think it also helped to talk to teachers. There was also a book that our library had that had a compilation of hundreds of schools around the country, and it had statistics on all of them. So that was very interesting. I think maybe you guys should try to check that out. But yeah, go to all the resources that you have, your counselors, your teachers, and I'm sure they'll be glad to help.
So I thought a lot about like where I would actually want to go to school. So like I really like going to environments. I was thinking, oh, I'll go to school like somewhere on the West Coast, and I also like didn't want to be too far away from home. So I wanted to choose somewhere that was at least a little bit nearby. But a really big part of what played into it was like financial aid and the kind of like financial assistance that the schools were able to give me. And so that's actually why I ended up choosing Stanford because I got a scholarship that helped me to pay for college. So yeah.
I would say I was considering mostly three factors when I was looking at schools. The first one is I didn't want to be in a place where I'd have to specialize immediately um, because, well, first of all, I didn't know what I wanted to study, but also it's very important to me to be able to study like the humanities at the same time that I'm studying the sciences and to really find those kinds of interdisciplinary connections. So that was one thing. The second thing was location. I wanted to go to college away from home because I thought that would help me learn and grow. And I also wanted to go to college in a place where, there were activities to do around the area and that the weather was reasonably nice because I like going outside and hiking and jogging and therefore I didn't want to live in a place that was the polar vortex most months of the year. The third thing, and this one is the hardest to tangibly quantify, but I wanted to be at a place where the vibe was a little bit more chill, relaxed, collaborative, not competitive and cutthroat. And I wanted to find a community that would be supportive. That was also very important.
So the main thing I was considering with schools was I applied through QuestBridge. QuestBridge is essentially a national education nonprofit where they connect low income and first generation high school students to sort of top tier colleges and universities. And so I was able to apply and became a finalist, in which case they sort of match you to a school if you're selected in their sort of own unique process.
For choosing schools, I think mainly what I did was I thought about what majors I was interested in, and from there, I looked at financial aid. I went did they like little FAFSA or there's a financial aid calculator through College Board, I think, through for each school. You just input some family information, and it'll give you how much aid you're gonna get. Did that for each school, and then when I had picked some schools that I knew were like economically feasible for me or good at the like majors I liked, then I started to go around and ask everybody that I knew or anybody that I could talk to about what's going on at those schools. Are the schools cool? Like, are the people there gonna be people that I enjoy hanging out with? Are the people there gonna like? Am I gonna fit in? Is it gonna be warm weather?
When I was applying to schools, I was really looking for places where I thought I would grow a lot and be able to be more independent. Um, but I also wanted to be close to my family in case I got homesick. Yeah, there's more than just like the ranking of schools. It's also important to consider the location and just like the makeup of the school and thinking about like how diverse is it? Will I be able to find community there? Will I feel safe there? Um, yeah, things like that. But the most important thing for me was financial aid. That when you're looking at public schools, you should also know that private schools are also important to look at considering financial aid, because some of them are actually better options financially, depending on your family's income bracket. Um, yeah, so like the Ivy Leagues and schools like Stanford are private universities that if you qualify under a certain like income bracket from your family, you can qualify for like a full ride scholarship where you don't have to pay for your tuition or your housing or anything like that. And that's why like they'd be great options to look into. So make sure to definitely work with a school counselor on that to figure out what the best options are for you and where you should apply. Also, like see if you can qualify for waivers for that as well, because um, the cost of just applying to schools can add up if you don't have fee waivers.